It's on
CBS, he's gunning for your news. Stick around. This gets wild. Hey, truth seekers, it's your faceless prophet, senior correspondent of the Drama Desk, with the story spicier than a tariff tantrum. On April 14th, 2025, Trump went nuclear on Truth Social, demanding CBS lose its license over 60-minute segments on Ukraine and Greenland that made him look bad. Oh, and he's suing them for $20 billion. Yep, billion. Over a Kamala Harris interview he says was rigged. Is this a media takedown or a meltdown? Here's a holy nudge. Proverbs 16:18 tells us, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before stumbling. Trump's swinging at CBS like it's personal. Could pride be his tripwire? Let's dive in. So, what's up? 60 Minutes aired Ukraine's Zelensky begging Trump to see the war's pain, hospitals, kids, chaos. Greenland? Locals called his takeover dreams ugly. Trump's mad, saying it's all fraudulent, and wants FCC fines to crush CBS. He's already got a $20 billion lawsuit from 2024, claiming they edited Harris to look good. CBS says it's a First Amendment attack. This hits you, shoppers, voters, all of us. If CBS eats fines, your cable bill could jump. Legal fights ain't cheap. Free speech takes a hit if newsrooms fear Trump's wrath. With his 145% China tariffs jacking up prices, your wallet's already crying. Now this? I'm sweating for regular folks, moms, workers, who just want truth, not drama. Trump's CBS war could shake your news and bills. Proverbs warns pride crashes. Is he stumbling? You decide. Is this a fair fight or a free speech flop? Comment Amen if you think this is nuts, or Ahem if you think it's legit. Please like and share this. This is the Faceless Prophet signing off, and let's keep truth loud.
So Trump is now going after the media, CBS and 60 Minutes, because he don't like the way that they wrote a story about him. What happened to First Amendment rights? What happened to freedom of speech? What happened to freedom of the press? You can't incentivize somebody to fine a company or a news network or a media outlet because you don't like what they said about you. That's the whole point of this country, is freedom of speech. I can call you a sloppy fuck, and just because you don't like the way I said it, or like the way how I said it, or don't like what I put out, don't mean you can fine me or try to constrain me or restrict what I say just because it's not in your favor. Because if I called somebody that you don't like those same things, then you got no problem with it. Trump talks so much shit and is extremely soft. He's extremely soft. He's the type of person that feel like he can say whatever he want, can do whatever he want, but if somebody do the same thing he does, then he got a problem with it. He's gonna complain, he's gonna bitch, he's gonna moan, and he's gonna try to get them taken down and shut up. That's pretty much where we at right now.
We have some breaking news right now. Donald Trump just launched one of the biggest attacks on the media, targeting CBS and 60 Minutes, specifically saying that Brendan Carr, the chairman of the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, should target CBS and 60 Minutes with maximum fines and investigations because Donald Trump did not like the stories that 60 Minutes was covering. Folks, this is a significant attack on the First Amendment, the freedom of the press, and so much more. He is directly using the powers of the federal government. His FCC chairman, who wrote the Project 2025 chapter on the FCC, to target a news organization because Trump didn't like what they were covering or how they were covering it. He thinks they were covering it in a derogatory way. Now remember, Trump is already suing CBS and 60 Minutes over that Kamala Harris interview in the 2024 cycle. Now more than ever, it's important that journalists stand together and don't stand down to Donald Trump. I'll continue doing a full breakdown on my Substack, link to my bio, so subscribe for free and follow along for more.
Well, you guys, I am right in my last video, and it confirms it in this one, that Donald Trump is trying to silence the media who is against him. Okay? He doesn't like being criticized for what he is doing, and he doesn't like to be called out on it. So he's trying to silence CBS by trying to take away their license because of what he saw on 60 Minutes. It could have been a snippet or whatever, but he said it out of his own mouth that Zelensky is a dictator. And he doesn't like that 60 Minutes was calling it out, and he just got angry. And he's doing what all dictators do around the world. You can't criticize me. I'm the leader. And a lot of people were calling it out. This man wants to be a dictator. This man thinks he he can run the world. And this is getting way out of hand. Way out of hand. So now it's like you got to be careful what you say about this man, because he's going to want to sue you or try to ban you because you're criticizing him on his uh I don't know, his executive orders that he writes every damn day. You can't say he's weak when he caves on tariffs. You can't say, oh, he's a bad man, bad orange man. You can't do any of that. But Trump could talk about you all day and it won't affect him. You know, this is getting scary. Um it's getting out of control with him. And I know he has a lot of makeup worshippers, stuff like that would say good for him and everything. But the way that I see it, it's like he's gonna try to ruin America. Oh well, forgot the Tesla guy. What's his name? I don't know his name. He already ruined America, but he's trying to rule over America like he's a king and not a president. This is very, very telling. He's suing, um, who are they? CBS. He's suing CBS. I think it was for $20 billion. I mean, us. Oh my gosh, 20 million, 20 billion. But I mean, the way the laws are, honestly, I I don't think. All right, buddy. All right. I don't think he's going to win because there is a such thing as free speech. But hell, what do I know? I'm just a talking head. Have a great day, YouTube.
Trump has called for CBS News to be banned from television because they criticized him in a move really similar to Vladimir Putin or other dictatorships around the world. So here's Trump's tweet. It's long and crazy. It gets into Greenland. Trump claims again he won the election. He complains about Kamala Harris. The dude is out of his mind, but bottom line is he claims CBS News criticized him twice last night, and he's directing the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, to get rid of their license. Guys, this isn't funny and it's not normal. And by the way, if CBS loses its license because it's not news, guess who's next? Fox News, Newsmax, and all the other news stations the Republicans like to watch. A Democrat comes to power and they will use this to take all of them off the air. If that's the kind of America you want, then honestly, you ought to be spelling America with a K, because this isn't right. This isn't American. And again, this isn't funny stuff, guys. I know a lot of folks think this is funny. America acting like a dictator, America acting like Russia, America acting like North Korea, America acting like communist China. It's not funny. This is not America. Oh yeah, and how are my egg prices doing, Donald?
Did you guys see Donald Trump's giant tweet about how he wants to ban CBS News, I think it was? I don't think that's ever going to happen. But what could happen, and this is the scary part, is that those networks and individual journalists and TV personalities will feel the pressure, and they might not want the drama, or maybe they can't afford to get attorneys to constantly battle this shit. And they will tone down the criticisms of Donald Trump and his administration, which is so anti-American, that's so North Korea-ish and so Russian-ish. And he has Fox News constantly propping him up. So imagine the Democrats saying Fox News should be outlawed. Now, I can say it, but I'm not a politician, so it would be outrageous for a politician to say that. And notice already the little changes. Like, I used to be a huge fan of Bill Maher. I thought he was hilarious. And I kind of can recognize why he went to meet Donald Trump. Like, I sort of think maybe he wanted to reason with him. I'd like to think that. But I also saw Bill, like, I saw him last winter in Atlantic City do a stand-up, and it wasn't even that funny. And he primarily made fun of woke liberals. So there's already this kind of toning down, except for the people on TikTok who are really being outspoken. Maybe Instagram, I don't go on it that much, but that's what scares me, is the tone that journalists may feel pressure to speak with, and the energy with which they come out, because not everybody's going to be as courageous as, say, Cory Booker, Bernie Sanders, AOC, and Jasmine Crockett are. There's us. So even though it's unlikely that he can get rid of CBS News, I mean, are they going to tone down any criticisms of him because the pressure? And then we really will be propagandaed like crazy. It would be everything just sort of like, not as a severe level of Fox News, but it'll be like not as honest. That's scary to me. Anyway, something to think about. I don't trust him.